is up, my guy.
But he has been a game changer. This one's out to center field. It is deep. It is. Yes. Did not just happen. What? Cam Cannarella doing this.
What, Dave Neal? Are you kidding me?
You know, I think I'm a cool guy. My dogs think I'm awesome. My teammates like me. And my friends like me. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to win.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 63andMe Sports. This is Chuck, your host. As always, I appreciate your time for listening to what I have to say about sports. Feel free to hit the subscribe button below to get any and latest updated content as I push those out for everyone. It's a joy to make these. Your subscribe to the channel will go greatly appreciated. Yes, as you can tell, today's episode is episode 3. It's the picks that everybody's been waiting for. The last video was a little recap of everybody's best players. And now this video, I'll be going down each division, breaking down who I think is going to win. I'll go from the bottom to the top of each division. American League first, then National League. And then I'll have the brackets, and then I'll post the playoff bracket. And then before finishing the bracket, I'll go over my American League, National League MVPs and who I think will win Cy Young Award in both divisions. So without further ado, the first division that I have that I would like to go through is the American League East. The American League East is one of those divisions that every year there's typically 3 teams that are involved in the running for the American League East crown. So, without further ado, the American League East. In last place, that is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. They have a total for their over and under of total wins is at 81.5. I just think with their stadium having to play at the Yankees Stadium for spring training, that Florida heat is going to get to them. And I think they're going to hit the under at 81.5. Next, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. They are at plus 1,800 to win the division, and their over-under is set at 78.5. In order for Toronto to do anything, they need some pitching. They also are about to have a contract negotiation with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which if he leaves Toronto, people or teams will be paying top dollar for this young talent, which hopefully he can get out of Toronto because he should be a winner. Next, I have coming in third place, I have the Boston Red Sox with the addition of some starting pitchers. They are at plus 450 to win the division, and 86.5 is their over-under win totals. That's hard to say. I have them just barely missing the playoffs this year. And in second place, I have the Baltimore Orioles. They're at plus 230 to win the division, and they are at 87.5 over-under wins. Now, if their young talent can continue developing, led by Adley Rutschman, I believe that they are top contenders for taking down the Bronx Bombers. And in first place, I have the New York Yankees, coming off a disappointing World Series run last year. They are at plus 115 to win the division, and their over-under wins are set at 91.5. With additions of Cody Bellinger and Max Fried, I can see the Yankees taking not only the AL East crown, but also hitting their over on wins and still being able to rest some guys before the playoffs. Going on next to the American League Central. In last place, I have the Chicago White Sox. I will not spend much time on them because they are one of the three teams that are embarrassing for MLB. They're at plus 15,000 to win the division, and their overall under wins are set at 53.5. I wouldn't even waste my time with the White Sox. Besides the White Sox, this division is one of those divisions that is definitely up for grabs between 3-4 teams. In fourth place, I have the Kansas City Royals finishing. They are plus 275 to win the division, and they are at 83.5 for their win total. In third place, they are going to be the Detroit Tigers. They're at plus 290, and their overall win total is set at 83. They do have a young talent that I'll be mentioning here shortly. If he can develop for their pitchers, he was pretty significant last year for them, helping them down the stretch to make the playoffs on their little late playoff push. But I don't think he might have a sophomore slump, which again is all relative. In second place, I have the Twins. They're at plus 260 to win the division, and they're over. Their win total is set at 84.5. With Carlos Correa, I just think that this is a year that they're going to step up and take it. And in order to step up and take it, I think the division winner and the only playoff team for the American League Central is the Cleveland Guardians. They're at plus 225 to win the division, and their win total is set at 82.5, which I know is not as high as the Twins at 84.5, or even Detroit and Kansas City. This is one of those divisions that is up for grabs. But I think Cleveland will take the AL Central crown. The American League West, again, one of three teams with the White Sox. We have the Angels and the A's. Don't even know what to call Oakland. That was sad for baseball fans in that area. Sad for the history. Hoping that they can get on their feet again, because Oakland baseball is one of a kind. So in last place, I have the Angels at plus 10,000. Mike Trout is going to be rotting in right field this year. In that center field, probably killed the grass in center, so now they got to move him to right. Their win total is at 71.5. Probably going to hit that easily. The A's are at plus 6,600 to win the division, and their win total is also at 71.5. Probably will definitely hit that as well, the under. The top three teams in this division, Seattle, Houston, Texas. I can see that Texas is going to win the American League West. They are at plus 160, and their win total is at 85.5. Followed closely would be the Houston Astros. They're at plus 170 and 86.5 to win the division. With the loss of Kyle Tucker, I don't foresee them being able to replace one of their best players. So I think that's going to hurt them moving forward with their playoff chances. And third is Seattle. They have young talent. They just need a little bit more. They need more repertoire to get into the playoffs. For the American League, my playoff bracket, everybody knows I like a bracket. And taking home the top spot is going to be the New York Yankees. Taking on the second spot, and then the number 2 seed is going to be Texas. The 3 seed was going to be the Cleveland Guardians. The 4 seed, I have Baltimore Orioles playing the 5 seed in Houston. And Cleveland will be taking on the 6 seed, the Boston Red Sox. These would be some really great playoff matchups. Cleveland and Boston, Baltimore and Houston. In the 4-5 matchup, Baltimore and Houston, depending on the young talent within the Baltimore organization, I have them beating Houston and playing the 2 seed Texas Rangers. I have Cleveland as the 3 seed losing to the Boston Red Sox. Last year, both 6 seeds were able to advance, and I think that will continue on this year and possibly in the National League as well. So the second round matchups will be the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Who doesn't love that rivalry? And the second matchup would be Texas versus Baltimore. And the New York-Boston series, I see that going New York's way in 6. And the Texas-Baltimore matchup, I see Baltimore squeezing by Texas, even though with Texas's young talent, Baltimore will be able to overmatch that. And playing for the right to win the American League pennant and go to the World Series, I have the New York Yankees playing the Baltimore Orioles. Even though that they were battling all season, I believe that the New York Yankees will get back to the World Series and play potentially the Los Angeles Dodgers. Potentially, but we'll get to that here in a minute.